Alright, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra. Umpisa na natin ang kwentuhan. Sit tight. It's time for your serving of Afternoon Delight. Ngayong Huwebes, June 6, may coverage lang po si Miss Denise Tan, ating tita Denise Tan. Pero tingnan nyo naman, makakasama natin hanggang alas 3. Kung totoo nga, ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan, kasama po natin. Welcome sa Afternoon Delight, si Miss Binibining Pauline Versoza ng One News Now. Hi, Pao. Thank you for staying. Kanina ka pang umaga, but thank you.
Good afternoon, of course. I'm very happy to be here sitting in for Miss Denise Tan. Hindi ko muna tatawagin na Tita Lourd kasi baka lagot ako kay Denise. So, ayan, happy Thursday sa mga viewers na. Ano ba tawag sa mga Afternoon Delight viewers, Lourd?
Delighters, mga fans ni Denise, iba yata eh.
Iba? Okay.
Starts with the letter P, but that's a really ugly word.
Alright.
Pero I'm sure kung nandito si Tita Denise natin ngayon, nako na matatakam yun sa ating pagkain ngayon. Our delight of the day, ito lang yung programa na, well, yung brunch, kumakain din sila.
Yes.
Pero gout patient yung isa doon. Hulaan mo kung sino. Okay, ito ay Japchae.
Japchae.
Ano bang tamang pronunciation, Pao?
I think it's kasi yung Korean ano talaga niya is Japchae, yung spelling J. So, it's maybe parang Japchae na sometimes it's Japchae. So, I think either way naman, basta na-enjoy mo yung pagkain at alam naman natin galing Korea. And yan, glass noodles. Very healthy daw yan.
Alam mo, may point ka dyan. Kasi tinitingnan ko, normally makikita mo dyan sa reflection sa side, parang wala siyang grease, wala siyang oil.
Right.
Doon sa surface ng plate.
And marami siyang, ayan nga, no, mga gulay, merong carrots, merong egg, chicken. So it's a very healthy dish na hindi very sinful compared to ibang mga klaseng pagkain na sabi mo nga may mga grease or oil.
Mo, wala siya masyadong, hindi siya oily eh. Ikaw ba mahilig ka sa Korean cuisine?
Yes, lalo na K-barbecue. Ayan.
Ay, K-barbecue.
Unlimited
Alam mo,
kasi.
tama ka. Correct. In fact, ang unang-unang intro sa Pinoy sa Korean food ay kung familiar ka, malamang yung si Tito Andre natin will be familiar with. I forgot the name. Pero it's called kimchi pala.
Kimchi, yes, classic.
Kimchi, not referring to specifically the side dish, but kimchi, the name of a chain.
Okay.
Na, yun ang intro nila sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
Korean barbecue. Yung bago pa yung mga samgyup na yan.
Meron na talagang grilled barbecue Korean style.
Yes, pero weird kasi parang hindi ganon hindi immediate yung pag-take on ng Pinoy doon. So dahan-dahan siya. So many decades, it took several decades hanggang, I guess, sasakyan ng mga Pinoy. Kasi noon meron silang dish na parang really beef-like thing na malamig. Isipin mo savory pero malamig. Oo. Ngayon, everything's going up K. K ba yan? K.
And ang Japchae ngayon, kasama na rin siya as one of the side dishes. Staple na yan din sa mga K-barbecue. So, pwedeng unlimited na rin yan. Yan talaga mahilig mga Pinoy, syempre, yung unlimited. Kaya...
Na-try mo na ba yung K dyan sa baba? Yung
Hindi pa. So,
meron ba talagang samgyupsala na efficient yung kanilang ventilation system na yung hindi ka mangangamoy ulam pagbalik mo ng office?
I think yan ang hinihintay pa nating ma-invent na technology kasi kahit meron yung mga, what do you call that? Yung mga, the ventilation, di ba? Pero maganda doon, after you eat, some restaurants, nag-offer sila nung parang deodorizer spray na pangtanggal nung amoy.
Uy, di ko pa alam yan
Meron.
Kaya yun? Bathroom deodorizer kaya yun? Or they should offer new shirts, di ba?
Wow!
Ganyan.
Baka maging mas times 2 na ang presyo nung only pag may...
Weird kasi alam mo noon, itong mga lugar na to, they're only open mga evenings. Seldom ang mga lunchtime. Pero pagdating ng evenings, they assume that you drink for self-destruction in a manner of speaking. So hindi ka babalik ng office. Kaya okay lang na mga may usok ka. Pero ito, ina-assume na mag-video okay ka pa or sasayaw ka pa ng mga K-pop at mag-iiyakan kayo lahat habang nanonood kayo ng K-drama. Nasan ka kahapon when this dramatic rain poured?
Ako
Kahapong
na
afternoon.
may event lang kami na pinuntahan kahapon. Pero on the way there sa Makati, grabe yung rain. Talagang zero visibility. Nagulat kami. I was actually watching Afternoon Delight, no? Siyempre, nanood na ako kung anong mangyayari. Nakita ko yung background, parang gabi.
Alam mo,
Sobrang dilim.
yes. It's, the word we're looking for is apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic talaga, parang end of the world na 2 p.m., pero para siyang magmi-midnight na in another world. Kasing apocalyptic din mamaya na makikita nating record temperatures pagdating sa klima ng mundo. Ito yung kahapon, okay?
Yan, zero visibility, di ba? Talagang
Sa Pasig lalo na.
sobrang...
Yung mga dinaanan nyo ba kahapon pa ay flooded?
Hindi naman. So, sa EDSA, gumagalaw pa naman yung traffic and hindi pa naman binaha. Pero I'm sure ibang areas sa Metro Manila, nagkaroon na siguro ng mga floods. Kasi, di ba alam naman natin, dito sa Pilipinas, onting ulan lang nagkakaroon na ng baha. Even if it's just a few hours, 2 hours.
Gusto ko yung pagka-polite ng pagkasabi mo. Normally, here we say, maihilang ang kambing, baha na agad sa kamuning. Parang gano'n, no? O dahil rainy season, naasahan na mas parami pa ng parami ang gantong mga events, ano? In fact, sabi ng Pag-asa, there's a huge possibility na matutuloy pa rin ngayon yung ganyang klaseng pag-ulan. And we know, of course, na hapon siya. Normally nangyayari. Anong sabi ng State Weather Bureau, Pao?
Ayan, according nga to Pag-asa, no, the southwest monsoon or habagat will bring rains to the western sections of Luzon and Visayas today. There will be scattered rains over Ilocos, the Cordilleras, Zambales, Bataan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, Western Visayas, pati na rin ang Mimaropa at Calabarzon. Dito sa Metro Manila, mukhang mataas ang chances of rain ngayong hapon. Hindi pa umuulan, pero baka mamaya, no? 70% yung inaasahan na pag-ulan today, lalo na sa Marikina, sa Quezon City, at sa Camanaba area. So sa mga kababayan natin, huwag po kalimutan ang inyong mga payong at pasensya dahil malamang traffic na naman pagkatapos ng malakas na ulan ngayong araw.
So pa yung sinabi mo, normally pag jacket naman, ang weird, di ba? Naka-jacket ka pero pinapawis sa pawis ka sa loob kasi parang walang chance to breathe or walang space for ventilation yung mga jackets na yun. Pero alam mo, sa Pilipinas, medyo pag-aawayan pa natin yung mga payong, no? Pero in places like Hong Kong, in Japan, ang payong is actually stuff they can leave anywhere.
Oh, tama.
Tapos, weird yung sense of ownership mo of the umbrella. Kasi normally, makikita mo, it's there, outside 7-Eleven. Okay, gagamitin mo siya, pero hindi mo iuuwi. Okay, iiwan mo kunyari sa ATM, hanggang may ibang gagamit din nun. Now, where it actually ends up, yan ang hindi ko alam. Baka there's a bureau for collecting unused umbrellas.
Unused umbrellas.
Pero ang galing. Tapos sa Japan, 98% of the umbrellas are transparent.
Yes, oo. Nauso yan sa Japan especially. Kahit magta-travel ka lang parang cute yan na souvenir or picture to have in Japan, yung mga clear na payong.
Really,
Yes.
Like the fashion state. No, ang practical naman sa kanila kasi parang kapag hindi yun transparent, magbabanggaan kayo lahat. Yeah, seryoso, parang ganun.
Kasi maraming tao, 'di ba? Syempre and a lot of Japanese people, ang mode of transportation nila is commuting talaga.
Yes, train. No? Tapos, lalo na sa Tokyo, di ba pag Tokyo, office employees, normally gray, white, and black lang yung template ng mga suot. Isipin mo pag gabi, naka-black kayo lahat, tas gabi, konti ilas, naka-black pa kayo na payong. Ang saya-saya, no?
Pero dito sa Pilipinas, ang payong talagang prized possession yan. You have to guard it with your life. Naalala ko, college ako. Nako, pag payong, akin talaga. Pag iniwan mo yan sa labas ng classroom or sa labas ng building nyo, hindi mo na mahanap yan. So,
Meron bang, kumbaga, is there a Nike of umbrellas? May ganun ba? And Is there a popular payong brand na hindi natin
Meron
alam?
din naman sa mga department store. Kasi may mga range din yan eh. Meron yung mga binibenta lang sa mga streets na 200 ata. Pero meron ding umakit hanggang 1,000. Yung mga automatic na umbrella yan. Yan ang nakawin.
Gusto ko British, yung mga pang British style na umbrellas.
ano ba yung British style?
Yung pwede mo siyang gawing tungkod or cane.
Yes.
Pag medyo may gout ka, parang isang
Bagay,
host
bagay.
ng brunch. Or, hello Tito Diego. Or, ano siya, parang fashion accessory din na siya, part siya ng parang top coat mo or top hat. Tapos mapapakanta ka ng Singing in the Rain.
Yan.
Speaking of which,
Ayan. So we're talking about the weather, di ba? And temperatures. But here's one story from social media. All right. So, this
On
is
Reuters.
one report by Reuters. Ayan. The world hits streak of record temperatures as UN warns of climate hell.
wow, teka, dandahan. Kasi recently lang, they had to change global warming to global boiling. Pero ngayon, may hell na sa usapan.
Climate hell. And
Tita
that's
Pao.
alarming, no? Naging tita Pao na ako.
Oo.
No, but this is very alarming, no? Because the United Nations reported na almost 1.3 na, 1.63 rather, degrees Celsius na ang na-report in the 12-month period above the pre-industrial average. So,
Oh, wow. So, bago pa na-imbento ko niya yung mga steam engine, etc., etc. Pero each of the past 12 months, so, bawat isa, halimbawa, January to December, mas matataas compared to the corresponding months of the previous decades. Ano? Pero kasi last year, June or July, na-record ang pinakamainit na araw in all of recorded climate history. So hindi naman katakataka na paakyat lang tayo ng paakyat habang may mga climate deniers pa rin hanggang ngayon saying they're still trying to advocate for coal power and dirt, mga ganyan-ganyan, instead of advocating for alternative clean energy, etc., etc. Pero isipin mo ang UN SecGen na climate hell
warning,
talaga.
yes.
Paano pag hindi ka naniniwala sa hell?
Ay, very subjective nga naman. So I guess to your own interpretation, pero that's a big warning na talaga. And speaking of this report from Reuters, to know more about it, let's watch this.
The month just ended ranked as the warmest May on record. And the month before that was the warmest April. And so was March. Each of the past 12 months ranked as the warmest on record in year-on-year comparisons. That's according to the EU's Climate Change Monitoring Service on Wednesday. The global temperature rise underscores a chilling reality.
Our planet is trying to tell us something, but we don't seem to be listening.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Wednesday raised alarms over another report looking at the years to come. The UN's World Meteorological Organization reported there's now an 80% chance, up from 66% last year, the planet will see a calendar year with an average temperature that exceeds 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Climate scientists have warned that an average rise of 1.5 centigrade globally would result in extreme and irreversible impacts.
We are playing Russian roulette with our planet. And we need an exit ramp off the highway to climate hell. And the truth is we have control of the wheel.
A 2015 Paris Climate Agreement pledged global leaders to curb carbon emissions in an effort to keep temperatures below that threshold. But carbon emissions from burning fossil fuels, the main cause of climate change, hit a record high last year. Coal, oil, and gas still provide more than 3/4 of the world's energy, with global oil demand remaining strong.
No country can solve the climate crisis in isolation. This is an all-in moment. Tomorrow, it will be too late. Now is the time to mobilize. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to deliver. This is our moment of truth.
Warning signs of a hotter planet aren't just coming from thermometers.
Largest iceberg in the world at the moment, about 4,000 square kilometres.
Last December, an iceberg larger than New York City broke free from Antarctica. A weather system called La Nina could bring cooler temperatures in coming months, but that may just be a temporary respite in an upward trend.
But this won't change the picture.
Carlo Buontempo is the director of the Copernicus Climate Change Service in Bonn, Germany.
I like the idea that if we really work hard and we put our act together globally and we manage to get to net zero and stabilize the concentration of greenhouse gases, we may still have a chance by the end of the century to get as cold as now, in the sense that from now on, it will be warmer.
So again, let's reiterate, each of the past 12 months ranked the warmest, it's the warmest on record on year-to-year comparisons. Ayan, nasa kaya si Greta Thunberg ngayon. But dapat, mas nanggagalaiti dapat ang ating tita Greta Thunberg. Right. Ito, Pao. Another story online. Okay. Ito, a 40-something man dies in Norway after falling off a cliff featured in the movie Mission Impossible, Fallout. Ito sa Norway, pero it stands in supposedly for Kashmir. Tama ba? No? Okay, ano ba yung mga details ito? Apparently, this man ay... So far, hindi pa na-identify yung cause kung ito ba ay may foul play or aksidente or...
Pero he was traveling alone. Yan yung parang nakalagay
diba?
dito sa article. So very... I guess they're ruling out din na he most probably slipped. Kasi hiking din to hiking spot. So, very sad, no? And medyo very tragic also. Na I guess pinuntahan niya is really to see this site nga na sikat para sa Mission Impossible. It's a scenic spot. And,
Pero 2,000 feet, no? Ang off the cliff ang hulog niya, medyo kailangan mo ng parachute yata para mag-survive ka sa ganyan. Pero meron bang nagha-hike, well, apart from Tom Cruise, nagra-rock climbing with this bear, superhuman bear, Scientologist hands, ika nga. Pero baka dahil doon, sa Scientologist hands, kaya kaya niya maglambitin. Ang Fallout, ito ba yung sa France na kaset? Tama, no?
I'm not sure, pero yeah, yung movie na yan, 2018. And yung site na yan nga is meron silang fight scene ni Henry Cavill.
Ito nga yun. Tama, sa Gay Paris. Oh, ito yung, speak of Gay Paris, nagsuntukan sila doon sa male restroom.
Okay.
Tapos may group of soccer hooligans na supposedly si Tom Cruise saka yung si Henry Cavill yata, nakita na same cubicle. So parang, two pairs of feet.
Okay.
Tapos nagtawanan yung mga hooligans. So yung pala hindi nila, magpapatayan pala yung dalawang yun. So what that has to do with the this cliff, hindi ko alam. Ang alam ko lang, noong 2018, nagkaroon ng screening mismo dyan sa cliff na yan.
Yes. Ito yung, I think this is the big screen, no?
Oo. Just to
We
give you
have so many people here.
Just to give you an idea of the scale of this cliff, parang ang liliit ng mga tao.
Oo.
My God.
And nakalagay nga dito, even the director, sabi niya, when they were filming, kahit siya natakot, kasi kahit 50 feet above pa lang, natakot na siya. So, I guess that really says, he didn't want to get within 50 feet of the edge.
Ikaw ba, how are you with heights?
Ayoko rin ng
Ako
heights.
rin. Appear tayo. Takot ako sa ganyan. Anyway, kaya nga inimbento ng tao yung CG, di ba? Para hindi tayo magaganyan. But people like Christopher Nolan and Tom Cruise are spoiling it for everyone. Kaya, sorry na lang.
And it makes you think also, ano ba yung safety measures na, di ba, dapat meron, lalo na para sa mga casual hikers, tourists, na para hindi sila mahulog sa cliff.
Kung national park ito, Pao, hindi kaya may mga tao na normally nagmamonitor sa presence sa mga ganyan. Kasi, alam mo naman, di ba yung mga ganyang areas, like sa Japan din, may isang forest doon, they commit suicide there. Pero, Pulpit Rock pa yung pangalan, my God, kakatakot. Anyway, moving on. Okay, eto naman, Pao?
Yes, so on CNN.com, we move on to a different story. The headline reads, ito sa sports naman tayo. Yan.
Okay, hindi yata ito pero
Okay.
sorry kasalanan ko. Mag-back tayo. Yan. Okay, it's an editorial sa isang web. Ito, bakit may meltdown and why are they calling it meltdown over Caitlin Clark?
Okay, so si Caitlin Clark kasi, so she's a rookie in the WNBA and grabe talaga yung not just hype but the respect for her kasi highly touted talaga itong 22-year-old player na si Caitlin Clark. She was the number 1 drafted pick sa draft and yan, so she's part of the Indiana Fever and there's this one male host ng ESPN, ito nga si Pat McAfee. He apologized to her because, syempre, ito nga, Caitlin has drummed up a lot of noise for the WNBA, which wasn't there before because, as we know, basketball, very male-dominated naman yan. So, hindi talaga pinapansin usually ang WNBA. But since the arrival of Caitlin Clark, she's been making waves. Pat McAfee was saying na all this about WNBA was because of Caitlin Clark. And na-mention niya, he used this...
The B word.
The B word.
O na part ng vocabulary of someone like Samuel L. Jackson. Oo.
So he called her a white B word.
Pero pero hindi naman yata alam mo yun, parang the same way rappers would use the N-word to refer to each.
Right.
Parang ganun yata yung pagkakagamit niya. Parang wala namang chauvinistic or sexist na agenda. Pero okay, kasi naalala ko Pao, nung first game sa WNBA nitong si Caitlin Clark, inabangan lahat. At sabihin natin, hindi siya nag-perform as hindi siya nag-dominate as expected. Ano kaya? Ngayon ba, so pagkakaalam mo ba, nakakabawi siya? Kumbaga, yung hype ba was worth it?
Well, I guess in any, kahit sinong rookie, kahit number 1 pick ka, highly touted ka, there's always an adjustment. So, yun nga, medyo may naghahinahanap pa ni Caitlin yung rhythm niya, I guess, in the WNBA. It's a professional league, it's a higher level league. So I guess that's where all that expectations are coming from. So, but even in the NBA, yung counterpart niya, si Wembanyama, siya rin yung first pick. Hindi rin naman immediate yung dominance niya into the league. So,
meron yatang curse of the first draft pick.
okay.
Tandaan natin si Michael Jordan ay hindi...
Yes. He wasn't the
pang-ilan ba
number
siya? O basta
I'm not
hindi
sure.
siya... Hindi siya yung number 1 noon. Ang number 1 niya si Patrick Ewing yata yung number 1. So, the story of the underdog, doon yung titingnan nyo kasi that underdog has the one was to prove something. Mas matindi yung... Mas hungry yung underdog niya. Pero, okay, ngayon ba, I'm sure siguro kasi, ngayon, it's getting ugly, no? Yung discussions about Caitlin Clark. Kasi, may mga nagsasabi na una, it's about her skills. And she's drumming up publicity for the WNBA na supposedly bumababa at niligtas niya single-handedly. Parang ganun. Pero ngayon, lumalabas na parang, kaya lang kayo nanonood kay Caitlin Clark is because she's white. Ang ganun. Ano bang pananaw mo dyan?
I guess yan dala nga yung sinasabi ni Pat McAfee na it's not the reason na, or no, rather, he called her nga this white B word. But it's unfair, no, to rule it out or to attribute it to her race, to syempre 2024 na, no? Hindi na pwedeng
Yeah. Pero ikaw ba mismo, sa pagkakaalam mo, marami bang followers ng WNBA sa Pilipinas lang, halimbawa?
Well, honestly, I don't think hindi ganun karami ang following compared to NBA.
Ewan ko ano opinion mo rito, si Bill Burr, yung stand-up comedian, sabi niya, paano ka mag-expect ng support sa mismo mga babae mismo ay hindi rin nanonood ng WNBA, sabi niya. Parang bakit, di ba, kung suportahan ang women supporting women's sports as opposed, kung lalaki raw kasi antay mo talaga, medyo yung adjustment yan. May issues yan. Given pa nung huling All-Star game, yung 3-point, binabaan yata yung ring, tama ba, or nilapit, parang ganun sa may adjustment. So parang, sensitive na mga usapin.
Oo. So, it's a ongoing debate talaga. But what's important there, lalo na as we push for women in sports, is kailangan talaga lahat ng stakeholders join hands in really uplifting. No? So, even here in the Philippines, maganda naman na yung ating mga national team players like Gilas Women, they've been making strides. So hopefully someday we can also have a professional women's league for basketball.
Abangan natin yan. Oo. Alright.
Okay, so at this point, check naman natin ang latest sa local showbiz. Ito, P-pop supergroup SB19 has been nominated for the Favorite Asian Act Award at the 2024 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh.
They are the only Filipino nominee at the KCA this year. And among their competitors for the award is K-pop group ENHYPEN.
Oh, wow.
Ayan. Ito pa. Award-winning singer and actress Lea Salonga will be having her own wax figure in Madame Tussauds.
Wow.
Madame Tussauds Singapore made the announcement as it posted behind-the-scenes clips of the creation of Lea's wax figure.
Meron na palang Madame Tussauds Singapore.
Yes.
Akala ko Hong Kong lang meron dito sa Southeast Asia.
Okay, and our next story also, the Senate Spouses Foundation just became star-studded.
Oh, bakit?
That's as Heart Evangelista or Love Marie Pauco Escudero in real life is now leading the organization as Senate President Cheese Escudero's wife. So si Miss Heart, or she's also joined by Bacoor Representative Lani Mercado Revilla, is treasurer, while Senator Robin Padilla's wife Mariel is among the public relations officers. Other officers include Special Envoy to UAE, Katrina U. Pimentel, DSW Undersecretary Emeline Aglipay Villar, and Taguig Mayor Lani Cayetano, as well as Maricel Tulfo Tungol.
I was very trained well by Cheese kasi he's every detail he pays attention to. So, but it's nice kasi he also gave me leeway sa mga gusto kong gawin. And he's very supportive, so nakakatuwa. Kinakabahan syempre, kasi hindi ko naman to mundo eh. You won't be expecting me to be going to certain things just to take pictures. I really want to do something and continuously, make a change na hindi lang siya para lang dahil artista na nalagay sa ganitong posisyon. I wanna work.
Ayan.
Star-studded talaga.
So, hindi mo na malamang inabot yung era na si Lani Mercado was an actress. Oo. Pero si Mariel, so si Lani, at si Love Marie Pauco Escudero. Kasi isipin mo naman, first time tayo nagkaroon ng Senate President na may hikaw sa isang earlobe. Ano nga ba yung rule dito, Pao? Dapat isa lang pag lalaki, pag dalawa? Sorry, hindi ako familiar.
May mga nakita na rin naman na ako na dalawa yung hikaw nila. Pero
Lalaki?
sila, yes. I think we're more,
Naantay kay punchline.
Hindi, walang punchline, wala.
Okay. Gusto ko kunin ng point of view mo bilang sexy ba sa lalaki tingnan ang may earring? Ayan.
I guess it depends on the person. Depends, oo. If you're going for a more serious look siguro, mas respectable, then kailangan, di ba? Wala. Pero if you're edgy, if you want to be stylish, yan, then why not?
Paano kunyari ang ginamit niyang earring ay pearl?
Pearl.
At lalaki siya?
Meron din
Meron?
May mga artista na meron.
Pearl,
yes. Meron, di ba, naka-pearl necklace na rin mga lalaki. Harry Styles.
Ay, oo.
So, times are changing. Yan, lalo ng mga Gen Z.
Yes. Alam ko yung mga nagbabanda din, yung mga on the darker side of, malalaki na black ang tawag nila ron. Oo. At medyo nakaka-intimidate tingnan yung mga ganon. Kasi there's something, yung pelikula ni Mel Gibson, Apocalypto, there's something immensely tribal and fascinatingly intimidating about it. Anyway, nako, Pao, ayan, no?
Oo. Since June na nga, it really is the month of weddings. That's because 100 women just became June brides in Bacoor City. The full story from our mobile journalist, Evan Tarinque.
You could feel the love floating in the air in the city of Bacoor in Cavite yesterday during their Kasalang Bayan. 100 couples tied the knot and exchanged their sweet and thoughtful vows. It was even more romantic as a violinist played songs that truly touched the heart while they walked down the aisle. Some couples walked down the aisle as a whole family with their children. How romantic! Bacoor officials, Mayor Strike Revilla, Vice Mayor Rowena Mendiola, and Congresswoman Lani Revilla also joined the sacred ceremony.
Matinding commitment po ito. Walang expiration po ang kasal.
All types of couples had a chance to tie the knot. Even senior citizens and PWDs got to say their sweet I do's. It was also a star-studded Kasalang Bayan with personalities like Julius Babaw and his wife Tin, Diego and Angel Castro, and JC De Vera and his wife Rica Cruz joining the solemn event. MWell CEO Che Cabal Revilla also joined the blissful event, as MWell provided the couples with their MWell rings, which also serve as health monitors for the couples to check their important health metrics. As for the couples getting married, it also symbolizes their undying love for each other.
Tandaan niyo po, in wellness and in health, do us part.
Jonalyn Viray, Dennis Trillo, and Congresswoman Lani Revilla also performed a few songs dedicated to the newlyweds.
Pag-ibig kong sadyang wagas, ngayon at kailanman.
And of course, the moment everyone was waiting for. You may now kiss the bride.
Kaya naman po, ito yung ating, syempre, bilang sa first legal kiss. Groom, you make... Ah.
100 couples have been married, 100 newlyweds that will enjoy the ups and downs of married life. Mobile Journal Ivan Tarinque, we are One News.
Buhay ang bagong kasal. Pansin mo, yung mga kinasal are they're a certain age.
Totoo yan. Pero congratulations sa kanila yan for tying the knot. I'm sure malaking milestone yan. And alam mo, last year actually, I was able to cover a Kasalang Bayan ng Valentine's Day. And marami sa kanila, they've been waiting talaga for that day. Sabi nila kahit mga nasa 40s na sila, it's important for them to get married kasi nga it's a symbol of their love, of the union talaga na tayo na magsasama hanggang dulo.
Sorry, from an economics perspective, magkano ang natitipid ba?
Hoy!
Roughly, no? Magkano ang natitipid nila kapag nagkasalang bayan sila as opposed to, let's say,
Well, they get to save talagang a lot because 0 pesos ang wala talaga silang gagastusin dito pagkasalang bayan. Libre na yung singsing.
Libre ang singsing?
Yes. Ayan, nasa shown in the report yung free MWell rings, di ba? Tapos
talaga,
yung...
baka naman may mukha nila Lani Mercado yun.
Hindi, maganda nga to kasi it can track your health daw. May, di ba, high-tech pa yung rings
Yung
na binigay.
singsing?
Yes, from MWell.
Talaga?
Oo. I think it can track your steps, your ano. So, high-tech na rin yung mga rings.
Alam ko na. May devious feature yon.
Wala.
Matatrack mo rin yung mister mo kung saan pumupunta. Tama?
Baka. Yan yung ano doon.
Mautak. Pero may narinig ko, okay, nakita nila sa Mamu at Papo Julius, Babaw, and Tin.
Andyan din na. Siyempre, mga hosts natin.
Pero yung si Angela and si Diego Castro, nagbigay kaya ng payo itong si Diego tungkol sa... mahusay yan. Maraming sa mga issues of the heart. Yung idol natin yung mag-asawang yan. Alright? Congratulations at mabuhay ang bagong kasal. Walang libreng reception.
Meron. May pakain na rin doon.
Ano?
Kompleto.
Ano?
May catering na rin and they can invite their families. Siguro mga closest relatives, siguro mga 3 o 4.
Oh my God.
May libreng kainan na yan.
May kinocover din akong dating ganyan. Back in the 90s. Reporter ako sa dyaryo. Hindi ko alam, sa ano siya, sa PICC. Siguro mga 500 plus couples. Turns out, ang pinuntahan ko palang wedding is a Mooney wedding.
What's
If
a
you're
Mooney
familiar with National Unification Church ng Korea, kay Reverend Sun Moon Yung. Basta panoorin mo lang how to start your own cult. Nasa Netflix.
Okay.
Anyway, so Pero ito malapit dyan, hindi nila kilala yung mga kinakasal sa kanila.
Ganon?
Let's say parang Korean men and Filipino women, parang ganon.
Okay.
It gets more bizarre.
Mapanood nga yan.
Alright, sa puntong ito, kailangan mo nang mag-time out. Hanggang 3:00 pa po kami, dyan lang po kayo. Magbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight. Alright, nagbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight. Sabi na nga ba, dito po sa One News. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra, kasama po sitting in for our Tita Denise Tan, Miss Pauline Versoza of One News Now. Okay, here's our headline. The U.S. Coast Guard has promised to send more assets to the West Philippine Sea to support Manila's fight for the disputed territories. Details from News 5 correspondent Bril Montalvo.
Expect more assets from the United States to cover the West Philippine Sea. The U.S. Coast Guard, or USCG, has promised to deploy its ship to the area to support the Philippines in upholding its sovereign rights in disputed waters. According to the Philippine Coast Guard, the Americans will deploy their North Pacific Coast Guard. PCG Admiral Ronnie Hill Gavan had asked for greater deployment in the vast ocean to address imminent threats, particularly after China laid down new regulations which includes arresting foreigners that it deems trespassing. This proposal was made not only to the USCG but also to the Japan Coast Guard during last week's Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore. The PCG, JCG, and USCG have since agreed to pursue capacity-building initiatives to strengthen their people-to-people relationship, better synchronize Coast Guard doctrines on the grounds, and develop trust with each other. Along with this, ASEAN Coast Guard leaders gathered to discuss security issues concerning their respective maritime territories at the ASEAN Forum held on Samal Island, Davao del Norte. The forum is meant to address safety and security issues in the disputed territories of the West Philippine Sea. During the press conference, Gavan said that the objectives of the gathering is to promote a safe, open, and secure global maritime domain. He emphasized that their duty is to save lives and protect the ships navigating the seas. In response to the recent issue where China accused Filipino troops of pointing guns at them, Gavan had this to say.
So we use our firearms only to protect ourselves and in certain cases to effect compliance to rules. But for most it is to protect ourselves. Those are more self-defense tools. And for most, we are a humanitarian service. So we don't hurt anyone.
Solicitor General Menardo Guevara was also there. He said the country's current policy aims to ease the escalating tensions between China and the Philippines over the disputed territory in the West Philippine Sea.
The government has always adopted the policy of trying to de-escalate this tension by all available diplomatic means.
Guevara also emphasized that the government is prepared to seek alternative solution outside of diplomacy to prevent the situation from escalating into conflict.
We do not foreclose the possibility that if this situation worsens and we do not get the result that we desire, then we will have to explore other options than diplomatic. So for now, we are not making any public announcements as to what these options are.
For News 5, Bill Montalvo, We Are One News.
And we now bring you a quick rundown of our other stories. The country's unemployment rate has inched up to 4% in April from 3.9% in March. This translates to more than 2 million unemployed Filipinos. The underemployment rate also increased to 14.6% from 11%. The World Health Organization has recorded the first human fatality from bird flu strain H5N2. The victim was a 59-year-old resident of Mexico who passed away on April 24 after experiencing fever, shortness of breath, diarrhea, and nausea. Meanwhile, in Negros Occidental, lahar hits barangay Biak na Bato in La Castellana. This follows Mount Canlaon's eruption on Monday. FIVOX again reminds residents to avoid the 4-kilometer permanent zone due to risks of sudden explosions, rockfall, and landslides. And a recent Okta survey shows majority of Filipinos sees China as the biggest threat. 76% of the respondents named the superpower as the nation that poses most danger to the Philippines. Russia was a far second with 9%. moving on to sports. The Meralco Bolts stunned the San Miguel Beermen 93-86 in Game 1 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. San Miguel will attempt to equalize the best-of-7 series tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. You can catch the games live on RPTV and PBA Rush on Signal TV and on the Pilipinas Live app. Meanwhile, Las Pilipinas defeated Indonesia in the classification round of the tournament in Bahrain on Wednesday. This is the first win of Alas after losing to China and Bahrain. The Philippines now advances to its last classification match for 9th place on June 7. And in tennis, world number 1 Novak Djokovic has pulled out of the French Open due to a knee injury. That's ahead of his quarterfinal match against Casper Ruud. This is the first men's final in Paris that will not feature Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, or Roger Federer since 2004.
Nalala ko nung panahon ng pandemic, di ba? Kasi parang wala yatang vaccines. Itong si...
Is it si Novak?
Oh, Novak, no entry, sabi.
Tama yan. Okay naman, more na ngayon ng COVID-19, so nakakapaglaro na to siya.
Endemic na, my God. Grabe. All right, you're still watching Afternoon Delight here on One News. We just need to pause for a quick break. Back in a bit.
June 6th, 1944. Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy, France in the D-Day invasion of World War II. Commanding the massive operation, General Dwight Eisenhower, who tells the troops,
"You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you."
Years later, D-Day veteran Vernon Groscup recalls what he saw on the beaches firsthand.
The destruction and the death, the bodies laying all over. And in other words, I've seen death before, but this was the ultimate, as I'd say.
1982. In the Mideast, Israel invades neighboring Lebanon to drive out Yasser Arafat and his Palestinian fighters. Months later, Arafat and the PLO leadership leave Lebanon, relocating to Tunisia in North Africa. Israel withdraws most of its troops 3 years later, but holds a border zone in South Lebanon until 2000. 1985. In Brazil, authorities exhume a body later identified as remains of Josef Mengele, the fugitive Nazi doctor. Known as the Angel of Death, Mengele performed cruel medical experiments on inmates at the Auschwitz concentration camp during the Holocaust. In 1933, the first drive-in movie theater opens in Camden, New Jersey. Drive-ins become a pop culture sensation across the United States in the first few decades after World War II. Today in history, June 6th. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
Alright, nagbabalik po ang Afternoon Delight. Ako po si Lourd de Veyra, and sitting in for Tita Denise Tan is...
Yes, ako naman po si Pauline Versoza. Once again, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and happy Thursday. Ayan. So Lourd, alam mo ba na gumagamit ng robots ang UP Manila sa pagtuturo ng medisina?
Actual robots.
Actual robots yan, yan ay para sa kanilang simulation lab. And for more details, we have this report from Mobile Journal, Francis Orsio.
Health is wealth. Kaya kapag may karamdaman, mga doktor ang takbuhan ng marami. Kaya ang UP Manila pinagtutuunan din ng pansin na mas mapahusay ang kanilang medical students sa tulong ng makabagong teknolohiya. Ipinagmamalaki ng University of the Philippines, Manila ang bagong clinical simulation laboratory para sa mga medical students na nais maging doktor balang araw. Sa mismong lab kasi ay may mga simulators at robots na pwedeng magsagawa ng iba't ibang clinical activities.
Meron tayong robot dito, si Apollo, siya yung nagbubukang mata niya, pumipikit, pwede siyang umubo, pag nilagyan mo siya ng, pwede siyang magdugo, no? May mga ganun. Yun namang isa, si Lucina, yun ang tawag namin na birth simulator, pwede siya manganak, no? Sa manganganak siya, pwede siyang magsabi na in pain siya, pag nanganak, iiyak yung bata.
Sa loob ng Clinical Simulation Lab, may 5 multipurpose room kung saan pwedeng gawin ang mga pag-oopera, pagpapaanak at iba pang clinical activities. May control room na pwedeng makita ni Prof yung ginagawang proseso ng wala sa tabi ng mga estudyante. At debriefing room para sa assessment kung tama at mali ba ang ginawa ng estudyante. Layon daw ng simulation lab na ito na ma-develop ang kakayahan ng mga med students sa medical procedures at maiwasan ang posibleng panganib kung sa aktual na tao nila ito gagawin.
Ang goal namin dito ay para yung mga estudyante ay ma-expose sila sa iba't ibang pwede mangyari sa ospital at mahanda namin sila kung paano nila gagawin, ano ang gagawin nila sa mga sitwasyon na gano'n na safe para sa pasyente. Kahit anong nangyayari sa ospital or sa totoong buhay, pwede naming i-replicate dito sa isang safe na lugar.
Opisyal na binuksan ang Clinical Simulation Lab noong September 2023. 300 milyong piso ang inilaan ditong pondo ng iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno at pribadong sektor.
Being the premier medical school, it's our responsibility to also educate those who will use the simulators to teach students. So we're talking about training the trainers or training the educators of the different schools.
Nais din ng UP na buksan din sa iba pang state universities and colleges ang kanilang pasilidad para mas dumami pa ang pwedeng maka-experience ng high-tech na simulators at robots para sa mga nag-aaral na maging doktor. Mobile journalist Francis Orsio po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Nako, Tita Pauline, sigurado ako. Natatandaan mo pa ba yung mga owner-type jeeps, okay? Owner, ika nga ng mga tambay. Pero,
hindi ko na ata naabutan yan.
Oo. Para doon sa mga hindi naabutan yan, itong iconic na owner-type jeepney sa may bagong disenyo, no? May bagong bihis. Yung disenyong yan, na 1980s, ang paborito na itong mga sasakyan, supposedly, ng mga mamang police. May mga FPJ movies na makikita mo is driving owner-type jeepneys. Bakit nga ba owner? Ito ang report ni Mobile Journal ng Evan Tarinque.
Napaka-iconic ng mga owner-type jeep na umarangkada dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya kasabayan ng pagdaan ng panahon, ang mga OTJ, nagiging modern na din.
Malakas ang dating at Pinoy na Pinoy. Ganyan mo may lalarawan ang mga OTJ. Pero sa pag-unsad at pag-modern ng panahon, may mga innovations na itinagdag dito. Ganyan itong OTJ na ibinida ng Francisco Motors. Ang sasakyang ito, fully electric. Mas less ang nilalabas na carbon emissions ng mga ito. Ibig sabihin, mas maganda para sa environment.
Siyempre, unang-una, napaka-classic po ng dating. Classic na modern, ginawa na po natin electric.
From 20% na battery, inaabot ng 3 hours para ma-full charge ang sasakyan na ito. At kahit na normal na 210-volt na saksakan, pwedeng isaksak. Pag fully charged na, ang e-vehicle na ito, mayroon ito range na pwedeng tumakbo ng 100 km. Pwede na pag city driving. At ang maganda pa, dahil electric ito, wala itong nilalabas na usok.
From 20% to 100%, 3 hours. Charging time. May charging po siya, ito charger. Doon po sinasaksak yung sa outlet.
Saking nga nito dahil gawa sa stainless steel. Talagang agaw pansin ito sa mata ng mga tao. At kung performance at safety ang pag-uusapan, kakasa ito. May multi-point seatbelt. May dashcam, rear cam, reverse cam. At ang top speed, 50 km per hour. Automatic transmission. Kaya pwede sa matraffic na Metro Manila.
Automatic siya, automatic drive. Hindi siya nakakangalay gamitin. Perfect siya for the cities driving.
Ang mga tech na ginamit dito, gagamitin din ng mga modern jeep na ilalabas ng Francisco Motors. O di ba? Modern na, pero dugong Pinoy pa rin. At mabibili mo ito sa halagang 1.098 million pesos.
Para sa ibang tao, walang tatalo sa classics, lalo na pagdating sa sasakyan. Kaya laking tulong ng mga mukhang classic, pero environment friendly. Mobile Journal Ivan Daringi po hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Bakit environment friendly, Tita Pao? Dahil walang aircon. So bawas yung yung mga emissions.
May climate hell naman. So baka that's one of the ways to help. Diba?
Oo, inimagine ko lang kung may panahon mo inabutan mo yan tapos may nanliligaw sa'yo at nakaganyan, owner type jeep. Anyway, dahil mag-aalas 3 na, hindi mo kailangan sagutin yan dahil sagot namin ang tinatawag namin isaw or I saw the signs. Bakit? Ano yung parang vaguely familiar yung theme song? Yan ay dahil nagtitipid tayo at wala tayong pambayad para gamitin yung Ace of Base original. Pero, eto na po ang I Saw the Signs Harsh Ba Edition. Anong ibig natin sabihin? Eto, Tita Denise.
Okay lang.
Force of habit, Pao, pakibasa.
Okay, nakalagay dito, those who throw objects at the crocodiles will be asked to retrieve them.
Retrieve what? The crocodile or the objects?
To retrieve the object. Ayan, kailangan.
And take note, hindi po galing sa Philippine Congress ang signage na yan. Next!
Okay, ito naman. Magbayad bago maghubad. Saan naman kayo nakalagay ito?
Ang makakasagot lang niyan ay si Dr. Andre Felix, yung isang researcher ng sociology sa isang university.
Hindi, pero nakalagay daw swimming pool.
So yan ang ibig natin sabihin.
Pero naghuhubad ba ng total ang pagsa-swimming pool? Ibang swimming pool naman ata yan.
Anong ibig mo sabihin?
Baka
Pakipaliwanag.
sa Japan, di ba? Mga onsen. Yan. Pwede yung sign na yan.
Sa onsen ba walang tinitira kahit anong article of clothing?
Wala. Bago maghubad.
Really?
Pwede yung sign na yan.
Okay. Next. Meron pa ba? Ayan.
Ito, no trespassing. Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again.
Alam mo, nagpa-picture ako ng ganyang signage sa may PNP sa may Silang Cavite.
Oh. Ikaw?
At dahil PNP yun, naniwala ako.
Oo.
Hindi na ako nag-trespass.
Oo nga naman. Nakakatakot
Mga
nga
ganyan
naman.
pagkakataon, let us not tempt the fates, ika nga. Sundin na lang natin. Ito naman, ay, nako. Take my excess stuff, yard sale. It's all gotta go, just like him. Ano tingin mo dyan?
Okay yan. Di ba?
Umalis ba o siya yung dinump?
Ay.
Di ba?
Okay lang. Basta yayaman siya kasi binibenta niya yung gamit ng ex niya.
Depende. Sino ba
Very
yung ex?
entrepreneurial.
Sino ba yung ex niya? Kung it's another bum. At baka may mga sing-sing na binibenta yung bum. Pero anyway, kapag ano kaya nangyari? Alam mo, na-intriga ako sa kwentong to.
May mga ganyan. Siyempre, if the partner cheated, nasaktan siya, ipipenta niya yung mga gamit nung ex niya for revenge. Tapos
Sabagay,
kumita pa siya.
The dumper or the dumpy, malamang ang may karapatan magbenta niyan ay
The dumper?
the dumpy.
Depende kung dinump ba siya nung ex na move on na lang sa iba. Or
Napakarami mo yata
Marami
nalalaman sa mga bagay na yan. Hindi
Happy
ba?
naman ako.
Tama. And happiness is, sabi ng Beatles, a warm gun, or sabi ng Snoopy, a warm pup. Ayan. At sana po, nagkaroon po kayo ng, at least kahit po ng warm feelings after an hour ng Afternoon Delight. Yan po ang Afternoon Delight. Paki-roll po yung prompter ngayong Huwebes. Bukas ulit, kasama na ba natin si Miss?
Yes, magbabalik na po si Miss Denise Tan tomorrow.
Really?
So,
Hindi, balita ko busy pa daw eh.
yes, maybe next week ata po. Baka.
Tama. Okay, so again, where can they watch you?
Ayan po, One News now every morning, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. weekdays. Dito lang po sa One News. You can catch all the headlines, everything you need to know every morning.
Yes. Ito ina-upload sa
Yes, also available on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and syempre po sa One News. Available on Signal and Signal Play.
Alright, so sa mga stalkers ni Pao, alam nyo na kung saan kayo pupunta. Pero huwag nyo gagawin yun, ha? Alright, mga kapatid. So bukas po ulit magsama-sama tayo alas 2:00 punto. Have a delightful afternoon, everyone. Lourd, Veyra.
And Versoza. Thank you.